तमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Om, may Brahman protect us. May it nourish us. May we work in harmony with great vigor. May our study be illuminating. May we not cherish ill feeling towards each other. Om, peace, peace, peace. Good evening to you all. And today the different setup. We are not facing each other because of a change situation caused by the pandemic, and yet we want to still continue our spiritual discussions and classes. We'll have first Sunday service after the closure of about 1 month in March. The first Sunday service online Sunday service will start from April 5th, the coming Sunday. Today, we are doing this scripture class. Today's subject is Vivekachudamani. In this time, when we are facing all sorts of doubt and a little fear, uncertainty, to energize ourselves is to touch the reality, to hold on to truth. And what can be more powerful to take us to truth than the scriptures, who give us the knowledge of Advaita, the Supreme Brahman who is one without a second, guiding towards us, towards that knowledge, is the famous scripture composed by Shankaracharya, the Vivekachudamani. We have been continuing this treatise of Advaita for quite a few years, and we enjoy the verses as we reveals the truth and takes us closer to the reality. In this time, when there is so many disturbance in our life of the common man because of lockdowns, isolation, loss of jobs, the people who earn daily and who eat daily, they are the most sufferers. Taking that in view, this manifested Brahman, the Pratyaksha Brahma, the human beings, Ramakrishna Mission is providing them service wherever it is needed. Mostly in India, there are 30 centers, almost 30 centers all over India, and also a few in Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, where Ramakrishna Mission, its volunteers, devotees and monks have taken up the job to feed the hungry every day because of this lockdown. Service of fellow human beings, service of the life in the world is not different from reaching that Brahman. Study of the scriptures and service of fellow human beings, seeing them as manifested Brahman, as Shiva, leads us to the same goal, which is moksha, freedom, freedom from all ignorance, freedom from all bondage. Let us now begin our journey towards freedom. Continue our journey towards freedom through the study of Vivekachudamani. In verse 490 that we read last time, the students who have realized the truth, and after that is explaining about the truth, about the self, knowing that what the student thought himself as the self, this body, this mind, this intellect, these senses, all were negated. And the student realized the truth, that he is pure consciousness. That is the witness, immortal, eternal, all-pervading, indestructible. That reality I am, says the student after realization of the truth. And after that, he describes his own nature in beautiful verses. And that one of the verses that we are continuing today is 490, where the student says, Akartaham abhoktaham avikaro hamakriyah shuddha bodha swarupoham kevaloham sadashiva. Realization, who am I? In that he says, Akartaham. I thought I was working, I was thinking, I was feeling. Akarta, now I realize I don't do any work. No activity is done by me. All activity that is done is by my mind, my intellect, my senses, my body. But I, the self, I, the Atman, is Akarta. I am not the doer. Nothing do I do. I am just eternal presence, unchanging. That it says Akarta. Not only that I am not doer of anything, no action I am attached to. I am not related to any action. Not only that, I am also abhokta. I am not the enjoyer of the fruits of action. I am free from karma phala. I don't experience. The experience of karma phala I am not. The experience of karma phala is the jiva. The experience of karma phala is mind. I am neither mind and I am beyond jiva. That's what the knowledge, person who has knowledge is experiencing. I am akarta, I am abhokta. I do nothing. All the experiences, the bitter and sweet, those I do not experience. The beautiful story of this abhokta, the real self, is of the two birds in Mundaka Upanishad. There were two birds in the self-same tree. The lower bird was eating fruits. And there were two kinds of fruits, some bitter, some sweet. Whenever the lower birds ate sweet fruits, he was very happy. He enjoyed. But after some time, he ate another fruit looking similar, but it was bitter to taste, terribly bitter. Whenever the bird ate the bittersweet, it was so terrible that he wanted not to experience the bitterness. So he looked here and there, and to his surprise, he looked at the top of the tree and found that there is another bird which is serene, peaceful, not disturbed. And he was amazed why that bird doesn't suffer at all. So slowly, experiencing the bitter and sweet fruit by turns, that lower bird started hopping in the branches and he proceeded towards the bird that was sitting in the upper at the top. Finally, when the lower bird went near the upper bird, it found the light that was emerging from the upper bird and it engulfed itself. And surprisingly, it finds that I was not there at all. There is no thought of what will happen, will I get sick? What will happen when I get old? Nothing remains because I do not get old. I do not become sick because I am changeless. I am abhikara. I am the changeless. I am pure awareness. I am eternally blissful being. That idea comes, that knowledge comes, and one goes beyond the suffering. Tarati shokam atmavid. Those who realize the self, they go beyond all suffering, all misery. That's how, when one knows the self to be beyond the touch of any misery, and then one realizes, I am Kevaloham Sadashiva, I am the only existence, I am ever blissful being. That was the verse 490 of the Vivekachudamani. Now let us see what this knower of Brahman is explaining his experience about the self. Who am I? Still trying to convince through explanation about the glorious nature of the self. That is what Shankaracharya is explaining. The man of realization, the divine being, is explaining through his writings of the verses in Vivekachudamani as conversation between the teacher and the student. And now towards the end of the book, when the student has already realized the truth, already realized the self, and then what is his idea about the self that is being explained in the verses. Now verse 491. Drashtu sotur vaktu kartur bhoktur vivinna evaham nitya nirantara niskriya nissimas asanga purna bodhatma. Here you see again that the jnani, the knower of self, is describing what I am. Vivinna, I am other than, I am indeed different from what? Drashtuhu, from the seer. I am not the one who sees something. The seer is the eye, the immediate seer is the eye. I am not I am not the senses. I am not Shrotuhu, I am not the ears. I am not the one who listens. I am different from the listener. I am not even listener. This what is responsible, the instrument for listening or hearing is the ear. So I am not that, I am not Shrotu, I am not Drashtu. I don't, the seeing and hearing are not my thing. They are the works of ears and eyes, which I am not. Those are the sense organs of the body. I am much higher, deeper, infinite. I am not those things. I am not vaktuhu, kartuhu, bhoktuhu. I am different from those also. The kartuhu means one who works. I am not that. I am different from one who works. Vaktu, who speaks. I am not the speaker. I am not the doer. I am not the enjoyer. I am vivinna from bhoktu. I am separate and different from even the enjoyer. Eva aham. Verily, I am not any of these. Denying all actions done through body and mind, karmendriya and jnanendriya. Those works are done by karmendriya and jnanendriya. I am not any of the karmendriya or nor I am any of the jnanendriya. I am different from that. That's why I am verily, indeed I am different. That experience has come when one doesn't identify with the sense organs and the organs of action. The speaker, the worker, I am not. The listener, the seer, I am not. I am different from those. Denies the body, senses, its actions, and the experience that they bring, pleasant or painful. All do not touch me. I am not touched by anything. I am not touched by this experience brought to the mind by the sense organs. This is denying. And then in another verse, after this denial that what I am not, now he will try to say what I am. Nitya nirantara niskriyan. I am nitya, I am eternal. I am not that I was at a time and then I die at another time. No, I am eternal, nitya, ever present, everlasting, nirantara. I am continuous. There is nothing that there where I am not. There is no gap. Nischintra, that type of idea. Everywhere I am. The self, the pure consciousness, that is everywhere. So nirantara, nishkriya. I am actionless. The action is when we work, it is a sign of something limitation, something want, something lacking. When we lack something, only then we work. Work is a sign of incompleteness. Work is a sign of desire. I am free from desire, though no desire can be. I desire, I am infinite. So I am niskriya, I am free from the action. No action ever touches me. I don't have to do anything. Then he says, I am nissima, I am without border. I am everywhere. There is no limit to me. I am limitless. Nothing can limit me. I am infinite. The joy of infinitude, the joy of limitlessness, the joy of eternity, that is what this person has experienced and now describing in the verses. And asanga purna bodhatma. I am asanga, without any attachment. Because I am free from desire, that's why there I have no attachment also. I am asanga. I am purna bodha. I am eternal awareness, the full awareness, purna bodha, complete awareness. I am that Atman, Atma. That is the description. Here Shankaracharya tries to say that I am present everywhere. I am not bound by any action. I am not. There is no compulsory that I have to act. I am free from action, nishkriya. I am nirantara. There is no place that where I am not. No place that I am not. I am everywhere. In fact, I am the one who feels purna. I am one who feels everything, with everywhere, with everything. I am eternal. Not that I am the complete, full, infinite, that I will be sometime and after some time I will be gone. It doesn't happen. I am ever like that. That is the knowledge that student has got from the teacher and expressing what it really finds the self to be. Nitya, Nirantara, Niskriya, Nissima, Asanga, Purna Bodha, Atma Swarupa. That is my nature. I am that self which is complete, whole, eternal, and continuous. There is no gap in me. There is nothing where I am not. That's how the Jnani wants to express the knowledge of the self. After that, it realizes. These verses written by Jnani is for us, the seekers, is the method to meditate. When we meditate for nididhyasana, it can make us, oh, I am all-pervading reality. I am not bound by this body and mind. There is no place where I am not. This universe is all filled by me. I am even beyond universe. Even if this universe crumbles, I do not change. I am ever blissful, ever present being. There is no place that I am not. I am Nirantara. And I am free from action. Action cannot bind me. As I am free from action, I am free from the experience of action. I am not the bhokta. I am Nissima, limitless, infinite. There is no limit of me because I am Purna Bodha Atma. I am fully aware self. What a great, powerful idea the experiencer, the realized person is expressing. That gives us so much strength about the self. After knowing this self, where remains fear? Fear of disease, death, old age, nothing is there. Fear of failure, where is failure? For whom? Who is akarta? Where is fear of death? Who is nirantara? Who is everywhere with present? Where is fear of ignorance? Who is purna bodha swarupa? Whose nature is of the nature of the awareness. Let's go to next verse. All these verses, beautiful verses, meant for ignorant or seekers to meditate, to do nididhyasana, and for the man of knowledge, the person of knowledge, these are the expression of his or her knowledge of the self. Atma Jnana being expressed in these beautiful words. Let's go to verse 492. Naham idam naham ada apyu ubhayo avabhasakam param shuddham. Naham idam naham ado bhayo ravabhasakam param shuddham bahyabhyantara shunyam purnam brahma advitiyam evaham. Again he says, Naham idam, I am not this. Naham ada, I am not that. Api ubhayo, not even both. Avabhasakam, I am the illuminator. Param, the supreme illuminator. Shuddham, I am pure. There is nothing other than the self. It is pure. It is not mixture of, it is not compound or mixture of any two things. It is Shuddha, it is pure, it is one without a second. That is my nature. Idam means this, that we experience with immediate experience, what we see through our senses. I am not that, what we perceive through my senses. That is na aham idam. Na aham ada. Not I am that, which I have gained through knowledge through reading, studying, imagining. I am not even that. What I have not in immediate experience, but I gain knowledge through other sources, through scriptures or through others. I am not even that. Na aham ada, but not that. Not even both of these. Then I am what? Param Shuddham Avabhasakam. I am the illuminator. That this knowledge of the mind is possible by my illumination. Because consciousness is there, awareness is there. That's why this mind works, body work, senses work by my illumination, all that work. I am not the work done by these. I am not these organs. I am the power behind that, by whose mere presence all become active and effective. But I am ever present, never changing, blissful, supreme, pure self, that I am, Param Shuddham. What I am, it says, Bahya Abhyantara Shunyam. There is no outside of me. There is no inside of me. Wonderful expression. There is nothing that I can say it is outside of me. There is nothing I can say it is inside of me. Why? Because I am continuous everywhere. I am Nirantara. I am Purna. There is nothing where I am not. I am infinite. How can there be something inside infinite and outside infinite? I am the only existence. There is nothing that is outside of me, nothing inside of me. Bahya Abhyantara Shunyam. Because I am Purnam. I am whole. I am whole. And Brahma Advitiyam Eva Aham. Who am I that whole? I am Advitiya Brahma Evam. I am verily that Brahman, one without a second. Advitiya, Advaita, no second is there. No beyond even one. That's one without a second. To understand one, but it's beyond even one and many. That is the state of Advaita, beyond duality. That I am. So beautifully said about the nature. I am not this, what I perceive, this body, this mind, in the manifested universe. Nothing of this I am. I am not that. What I have learned, what I have experienced, what I have imagined, nothing of that I am. I am not even any of these, but I am the illuminator. I am the one by whose presence they work and function. I am Param Shuddham. I am pure and supreme purity that I am. Bahya Abhyantara Shunyam. Without outside, without inside. There is nothing outside of me. There is nothing inside of me. Because I am Purnam, the whole, complete, full. I am Aham Eva Advitiyam Brahma. I am that non-dual Brahman, nothing else. So that is the way to meditate on the self. I am infinite. The thing that I see, that I am not. The thing that I understand, that I am not. I am pure consciousness, eternal, ever-present, one without a second. There is nothing other than me. What I see is just Maya. What I see is just projection. It's like a play going on. And that play is also not real. That is also, for the time being, it is there. And it is not the reality. It just happens, the drama going on. That is the person of realization will understand. Drama, where you find everyone acting, working, the sun shining, the the rivers flowing, the human beings working, and in all those human beings, even there is one whom you call your body, your mind. That is also part of the play. But you are the witness. You are just present. You are not the actor. Everything is just a play. So sometimes it is a good play, sometimes it is a comedy, sometimes tragedy. But after all, even tragedy is also play, comedy is also play. Sometimes it is a happy, sometimes it is a miserable. In the play there are many things. People enjoy even the play that is not the comedy, even the serious play that ends into tragedy, that is also is played. So whatever we feel that happens is just a play, because I am not touched by the play that is going on in this universe. And what I see, you are suffering, that person is suffering, that is also part of the play. No one is suffering. All is my blissful, all is I am the all. But it is my projection to see you and this body as making I. But my real I, the Atman, it doesn't participate in any play. Just the play goes on for the time being, that it seems. So when I realize the truth, we enjoy play for some time, and knowing fully that it is only play and nothing else. Let us go to the next verse, which is the last verse for today. Verse 493. Nirupamam anadi tattvam tvam aham idam ada iti kalpana duram nityanandaikarasam satyam brahma advitiyam evaham. You see in the first verse also he said, who I am advitiya brahma evam. I am verily indeed the non-dual Brahman that I am. What is the nature? Nirupamam. Comparationless. You cannot compare this. That is what the Nirupamam. Without any comparison. Incomparable. Matchless. There is no other thing that you can say it is like this. There is nothing there that you can compare. Oh, Brahman is like that. There is no match for this Brahman. You can compare. So it is Nirupamam. Nirupamam ati sukshmam nisprapancham niriham. In Sri Ramakrishna Dhyanam it is said about Sri Ramakrishna, who is ourself. It is a Nirupamam ati sukshmam nisprapancham niriham. It is without any compare, matchless. That is the self. Then anadi tattvam. This is the reality which is anadi, without beginning. There is no time that it has been created, because it is creationless. That is the Atman. Anadi tattvam. That is what the self is. No beginning, no end. Anadi ananta. That is the self. Where did I begin? When my life began? When I was born? No, this body was born on certain day, certain time. And body will die at another time. But I, myself, my true self is anadi. No beginning at all. Did it begin with the Big Bang? No, it was before Big Bang. Big Bang, etc. all happens in my imagination. It happens in the creation, manifested in Maya, in the play. But I am even beyond and before the beginning I am. That is what anadi tattva. And I am that tattva, that reality which has no beginning. Tvam aham idam ada iti kalpana duram. So far beyond the imagination of you, tvam, aham, I, idam, this, other, that, all these are imaginations. They are kalpana, that I, this body. And with that comes you, another person, another being, another life form, another universe. All this is kalpana. Idam, this, I am not that. I am beyond that, this and that, beyond you and I. That is this all kalpana duram, beyond this kalpana, beyond this imagination. That is my nature. Where can I say this or that? I am everywhere. And I am in all. That is the reality. As the self, I am present everywhere, in everything, in every being. That is myself. When I say you and I do not recognize the self that is present everywhere. I deny the self. I hold on to ignorance. When I hold on to reality, then all is the self. There is nothing other than the self. There cannot be anything other than the self. It is the reality, one without a second, which is full and absolute and infinite. There is nothing else other than the self. That's why it said that it is matchless. It is incomparable with anything else. Then how is that? That is infinite, where not comparable. How is that? Beautiful it is said, Nityananda Ekarasam. Nitya Ananda Ekarasam. It is eternal, it is bliss, and Ekarasa, never changing bliss. It is that Ekarasa. It is not that today it is blissful, tomorrow it suffers, nothing that. It is Ekarasa. Rasa is that bliss, that it is said. Raso Vaisa Rasagum Evayam Labdva Nandi Bhavati. That Brahman is Rasa. Rasa is that joy, that bliss. That is Rasa. Raso Vaisa. And when one realizes the Rasa, Rasagum Eva Ayam, Raso Vaisa Rasagum Eva Ayam Anando Bhavati. When that Rasa is realized, then there is bliss. There is nothing. The bliss, how is the difference of bliss and joy? Bliss is that state when bliss is comparable to the peace more than the happiness or pleasure. It is that eternal peace that doesn't change. That is called bliss. The bliss is Brahman, which cannot be expressed or which cannot be explained. One has to realize the bliss. It's like Sri Ramakrishna used to say that bliss is like one person asks, how does ghee taste? So the person says, I cannot explain how ghee tastes. Ghee, you have to taste yourself to understand what ghee is. Like that is the bliss. Bliss cannot be explained and it cannot be said it is joy, it is happiness. Bliss is that state which has to be experienced by oneself, one has to realize oneself, and that is the state of bliss. In our common worldly life, we say bliss is the happiness. The happiness is diluted bliss. Very diluted bliss comes and we experience as joy. So that joy also different kind of Vishayananda, Bhajanananda, Brahmananda. Vishayananda is when you enjoy the objects of the world, Vishaya, then there is little pleasure. And then Bhajanananda, the joy of spiritual experience, the love of God, singing the glory of God, bhajana, prayer, meditation. The joy that we get in that is Bhajanananda. That is the joy. And that another kind of joy is Brahmananda. That Brahmananda is bliss. That is the Ananda Rasam. That is Nityananda Eka Rasam. No change. It is always same. That bliss which is unchangeable. That I am. I am that bliss. Brahma Advitiyam Evaham. I am indeed that non-dual Brahman. Not that, oh, I think I am. Not that I am. I am indeed, I have experienced, I have known, I have realized. That's what he says, that's why the word evam, to emphasize that. I have realized that I am that Brahman, which is not touched by any misery, any fear, any change of this world. I was so long thinking myself to be body and mind and senses, which ever change, which comes into existence, and after that we dissolves in the nature. I am not that thing which is a part of the nature, springing at one time, dissolving at another time, but I am eternal, Nitya Ananda Ekarasa. I am eternal, never changing, that blissful self, that truth that I am. Nityananda Ekarasam Satyam Brahma Advitiyam Evaham. That's what this man of knowledge says. So thinking about ourselves as this self, which is ever present, never changing, untouched by any change, misery, disease and death, trying to meditate on this real nature of the self. Itself is strengthening, gives lot of peace in this time of turmoil and difficulty when people are having so much of suffering because of this pandemic. The only way to get over this fear is to realize our true nature and emphasize our true nature, assert our true nature as unchanging Atman that we are. I am that Atman, Brahma Advitiyam Evaham. I am that non-dual Nityanandaikarasam Satyam. I am that truth which is one without a second, ever flowing, no gap, Nirantara, that is I am. So this very, even the intellectual understanding of Vivekachudamani verses gives us so much peace and so much strength. When we realize our true self, we go beyond all changes and modification. We go beyond all death and disease. That is the only way how we can conquer death and attain immortality. When we pray, may we go, may the divine lead us from death to immortality. With that, may we be able to realize our true nature as the self, true self, as nature, as pure consciousness, as infinite, as the whole and all-pervading reality. Thank you for today, and we'll again have this online lecture on Sunday, the 5th of April at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And the topic of this Sunday lecture is Ram Bhakti. Please join that time. Thank you, Namaskar, and good night. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhur